we are here with the one and only Wayne Brady. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so happy to speak with you. I've definitely been inspired by how you've been just living in your truth and with a loving transparency. We just need more love in the world. So thank you for that.
Amen.
Yes, amen, amen. So we are in the month of April, which is Financial Literacy Month, and you have teamed up with Chime as part of their Pay Progress Forward experiment. What can you tell us about the initiative and what inspired your involvement?
Well, the initiative in a nutshell was basically, Chime did research about the generosity of Americans. And in that, just a little bit earlier, you were saying that what we need in the world is more love. And I definitely equate generosity with love. And even though they're a company, and I don't think that Chime would use the word love, Chime's edict to be able to not only go out, find out how Americans thought about generosity, thinking, are Americans generous? Do we help each other out, or would we just keep things for ourselves? They set out with this initiative, this experiment to test that. And they reached out to me. I think they might have reached out to me because not just of my day job, where I get a chance to give away money to people, and I enjoy doing it on the daily because it isn't my money and I want to spread it. But I think because of my personal message of generosity and and how I think that if you're just generous to one person, and you can be generous with money, you can be generous with your time, you can be generous with your energy. What kind of impact does that make? I think that is one of my strengths as a performer and as a person. So I think that's why they reached out, and that's why I said yes immediately.
Yeah. What can you share about your personal finance journey and who or what inspired your money management habits?
My grandmother taught me all about generosity, even when you feel that you may not have. If there's someone, there's always someone who is not as well off as you. You may only have 15 cents. Somebody may only have 3 cents. And if you've got 3 cents, that there's somebody with nothing, that there's always a way to help. And so I think I got that from her. And in terms of my journey to being money literate, that's a journey. When you don't grow up with it, you may not understand the value. And so I think sometimes it takes a journey of not having it, knowing that you need to work hard for it, you save it, you know where it comes from. Then once you have it, go, okay, I can either go out and buy all this stuff, which you sometimes go through with that first flush of money, but then go, okay, I have to start saving for a future. I have to I have to build a life. And it's not just about acquiring, it's about generational wealth, especially in our community. How can I build that? How can I send my daughter to college? I didn't have that. So what do I need to save to make that happen? What do I need to invest in so that there's something past what I'm making initially? We aren't taught that in school. We are barely taught that in life.
And I mean, you mentioned your grandmother, and I hear that she gifted you with a $200 suit that opened the door for your future financial freedom. What happened? I mean, I'm very interested to know.
No, in a nutshell, I had an opportunity because I was at a low point when I first moved to Los Angeles. My car had just gotten repossessed, and we were getting ready to get kicked out of our apartment. And I had an opportunity to travel to Japan to work as a singer. And in the 6 months that I would be there, I would come back with enough money to be able to make a down payment on a place, to get a new car, to help my grandmother out. All I needed a tux and money to make copies of my sheet music. And when I say that I had nothing, I had nothing. My grandmother took her last $200 and invested in me. She made an investment. She gave me that money. She said, "Baby, you go and you do what you need to do." And I know that that left her with absolutely nothing. And I made a promise. I said, "Mom, I'm going to pay you back this money, but so much more. Just give me the chance."
Oh, goodness, that's bringing tears to my eyes. It's just so touching because it's what you're talking about, and that's just really what it's all about. Just generosity, believing in each other, and definitely even family. Because just that one gesture from your grandmother really did set you guys up for future generational wealth. And you touched on just your start in the entertainment industry. We've been seeing you now for about 30 years, from your start in the 90s with Quick Wits, and then Whose Line Is It Anyway? Your Emmy award winning work on that show. So, thinking back on your start, what are some of the early financial lessons that you learned early on as an entertainer and then as an entrepreneur?
The early financial lessons are very basic in the sense of I learned the value of a dollar because I knew what it took to make that dollar. I wasn't mowing lawns or doing manual labor, mind you, but I had a calendar. And my whole aim was if I didn't fill up that calendar each grid each day, then I wasn't working. So I would go through all of the audition sheets and all of the worksheets here. And even if it was a job working a kids' party, singing over here, working at a theme park, doing this thing, my aim at the beginning of every month was I need to fill in every single day. And whenever a job went in, I wrote down the job and I wrote down how much it paid. This job pays $50. This job pays 75. This job pays 200. This job does this. And my aim was to fill up that calendar. And then if I did that, then I knew that I was okay and I had my rent taken care of. I had my car note taken care of, and then I had enough to send home back to my mom. So I think by writing down, and this is something that we can learn from every day. I think when you get into the world where you have an accountant and a business manager and you aren't seeing dollars and cents in front of you all the time, it gets a little harder. But even then, go to the bank and just check because you don't know. But if you're at a point where write things down, know what's coming in, know what's going out, so that it's not just an ephemeral number. That's what I try to teach my daughter. I think that's something that kids nowadays don't necessarily grab onto because if you want to go to Amazon, well, just do that. And Apple Pay, I'll just do that. And ooh, Jamba Juice, bloop, bloop, I'll just swipe this.
Right.
You, it becomes a video game. That money is not a video game. And if it is a video game, at some point, it's going to say game over. So you have to keep track.
Yes. I mean, I think you were giving us some, but any tips that you have for anyone looking to find that balance between being generous, but also continuing toward financial progress in their life?
Absolutely. Take care of yourself first. It's like being on a plane. You have to put your own mask on first. So just like my grandmother, now my grandmother gave me her last $200, but I'm going to go on a limb and I hope that she had, $5 or something because my grandmother kept the house stocked with food and everything. So she was very smart that way. But I'll say you can't help someone if you aren't helping yourself. So make sure that you're okay, make sure that you're solvent, make sure that you have a steady base so that you can reach out and be generous because if you're helping this person, you help that person, you do that. And I think, and I can only speak from the viewpoint of someone who, if you've got a lot of family, you've got a lot of friends, if you have people that say, hey, I need such and such, yes, I would love to help you, but I don't have it right now, because if I don't have it right now, then if you go down
Right.
and if I go down, then everybody goes down. So
Yeah.
I've got to stay up. And that's something that I practice even in my daily life because I know that in my particular situation,
Yeah.
I have a lot of people to take care of. So I can't go down.
Yes, most definitely. I second that notion. Um, so just talking about some of your upcoming projects, I see you're set to perform at Miscast 24. Is there anything that you have in the pipeline that you can tease, share, promote?
Well, there's no teasing. The reason I'm in New York is I'm in the Wiz. You can come
Yeah.
and see me in the Wiz on Broadway. We open up April 17th. We are in previews right now. It's a stellar cast, bringing it back the first time in, I believe, close to 50 years that the Wiz has been back on Broadway. I play the Wiz. Our cast is phenomenal. It's the music that we've grown up with from the movie. The direction by Shelley Williams is amazing. Amber Ruffin redid the book. The music, it is chef's kiss. Yes, I'll be singing in Miscast. I believe on the 15th, I think. I also have a show on Hulu and Freeform
Yeah.
called Wayne Brady Family Remix. That is a docu-series that follows my blended family, of which is comprised of my ex-wife and business partner, Mandy, my daughter, Miley, Mandy's life partner, Jason, and their son, Sundance, and the way that a blended family works together, loves together, plays together. Also, the next season of Let's Make a Deal on CBS. We have shows in development with our production company, and I'll be going back on the road doing a lot of my concerts at the end of the year. So, we are very blessed and busy.
Yes, booked, busy, and blessed. Thank you so much. Well, and what's next on your journey is you just continue on your path, just living in your authentic truth and love.
Yeah, I think if you stay truthful to yourself, even this money journey, everything will come to you. And I truly believe that we are programmed to be afraid. I think especially as Black people, we are programmed to be afraid. We are programmed to operate from a place of scarcity. And I have to remind myself that sometimes, even now, when I step into a room, or if I have to audition for a job, or if I know I have something coming up, oh man, I hope I get this, hope I get. Just got to breathe and just know that this is for you. And if you operate authentically and know who you are, then what's for you is for you.
Wayne Brady, the one and only. Thank you so much. It's been such an honor and a pleasure to speak with you this morning about financial freedom, independence, and generosity.
Amen.